Hey, I'm Carlos Garcia, and today, on May 12th, we are getting into Jack Daniel's 12-year-olds. I'm a sucker for themes. So, this is batch 1, 2, and 3. I just got batch 1 to do this. So, batch 1 is a fresh crack. This is blind to me. I'm not sure which order it is in. You obviously guys will know. So, let's see which one's the best one so far. But first, a couple giveaways, and that's why I'm doing this video instead of the mezcal video first. I want to catch up on my bourbon giveaways. So when I do the mezcal video for Friday, I could do the tequila one. So, okay, so this one is for the 50th episode celebration one, where the Pappy 15 is included in this, but it's a 1 ounce sample of that and 2 ounce samples of the other 3 bottles. So let's go shuffle, shuffle, shuffles. And go. Good luck. See who wins. No music this time. And the winner is AZ Golf and Bourbon. Newer person, I believe, but I have seen them in several things, so congratulations. Email's in the description. Just email me and we'll figure out the samples. One more giveaway. All right, so this one is for the Maker's Mark video, and this one, I'm sure, was 2 ounces of each one. So let's shuffle some up and let's see who wins that 4 samples of the different makers. You can let me know which one you like the best. And we have Matt Claren, 3545. Matt, OG. I will reach out to you. Every time Matt puts a comment in the thing, it's always like, "Hi, Carlos." I just read it like, just like that, like, "Hi, Carlos." I always respond, "Hi, Matt." Anyways, that's just something I say in my head all the time. So, let's drink, or let's nose first. Let's nose some of these bottles. So again, these are all the Jack Daniel's 12 years, batch 1, 2, and 3 that came out in 2023, 2024, and this year's. Let's see how Glass A is. Oh, deliciousness. Okay, a lot of bright cherry. Oh, sweetness. I'm trying to narrow down what the sweetness is. I'm trying to figure out if it's caramel or something, but it's like an oaky sweetness. Low nuttiness. A lot. It's very bright cherry and oak. It's a wonderful nose. That is a phenomenal nose. I already reviewed the Jack Daniel's 12 year from this year's release on the channel and last year's release, because the last year's release was part of my top 25 bottles of 2024. But this will be the first time that I think I've probably ever drank batch 1. I might have had a sampler or something. I was actually trying to do this video before and I realized I didn't have batch 1, so I went and got it so I could do this video. Okay, it's not as, this Glass B isn't as intense as Glass A with that bright cherry, but the bright cherry's still there, but it's like a darker and funky nose. A little of a banana note. Oh, also good nose, but definitely a different direction, right? So these two are very different comparatively to each other on the nose anyways. There's the Glass A is brighter and sweeter on the nose, and Glass B is like darker and funkier. So let's go with Glass C. Oh, Glass C does not have a good nose. It's like, is that a racer? It's not my favorite nose. It's almost like Permanent Marker and like Pencil Eraser, which are both not good noses. There is some kind of, well, that's what I'm getting. So I'm gonna write down Pencil Eraser, Permanent Marker. Hope the palate's not like this. I care way more about the palate than the nosing, because that's what you're actually tasting, but not a good nose. There's slight cherry. Like there's a little bit something in the background that's okay, but there's a lot of like, it's not, I don't know. It's not my favorite nose. So C, C is coming in last place as of right now. Okay, let's go on the palate. Let's see how A is. I got a lot of oak and chocolate sweetness, but it's the first sip of the day. So I'm gonna give it another sip that was my warm-up palate. Warm-up pour, wow. Very good. It didn't blow me away. Nothing was bad about it, but well, we'll give a few more. So it was oak, chocolate sweetness, dark cherry, finish turned to bright cherry, oak, and vanilla. The vanilla with the chocolate kind of reminded me of like the ice creams, like the ice cream sandwiches, like the vanilla in the middle and the chocolate on the outside. Like a hint of that, like really quick. I was like, ooh, good. Oh man, I was like, I'm not even gonna write that down because it was just so quick, but it like put that taste right in my head. But anyway, let's give this a true second sip. On the palate, I got some slight banana, some peanut butter, and on that finish, I got that ice cream sandwich note again. So I wrote it down this time. That's that's like the lingering, the last note. So good, so good. Okay, so on this last sip, I got red Jolly Rancher. It became way more bright cherry on the palate than the dark cherry. So every sip was definitely different notes, but the finish, instead of getting that wonderful chocolate or the ice cream sandwich note that I was getting, I got like a wet peanut shell note, which is one of those notes that I get sometimes on finishes that it's not my favorite notes. It's kind of like a wet oak, wet nut type note. It's kind of like the lingering, which sucks because the ice cream sandwich note was wonderful, but I got it on this last sip. So let's go to glass B. B seems oakier and way more intense than A. So I'm just gonna give it, that's basically what I wrote. There were a lot of notes there, but it was way more just in your face. So I just wanna kind of give it a second sip, kind of see what happens now while it's still going. That is a long finish and a good finish. All right, so it's oak, more intense than glass A. Cherry, strawberry, vanilla fudge specifically, because like super sweet vanilla. I wrote sweet because I think it was coming off that vanilla fudge. Funky, oak, more vanilla, longer finish. I'm comparing it to A. Very good. Slight banana on the finish because it's still going. It's crazy. I definitely think I like B more than A. It's just a better overall experience and it's very intense. That is so good. So these are all 107 proof. But this one just has that spice and it could be that 107 proof, but it's just the perfect balance of fruits and sweetness and oak and spice. And it's that roller coaster that I'm always looking for of different flavors coming in and out. I did write bright cherry for the palate and more cherry on the finish. Phenomenal. This one I really like. See what it is. It's probably yelling at the thing. You already told us you liked it or didn't like it, but you guys already seen me drink 2 of these and I like both. So I just took like a little sip because I just realized, I'm pretty sure that was 4. We should be on C right now. Ooh, some almonds. I don't have enough space for all the stuff on this pour. Man, I really hope that's batch 1 because I have a full bottle of it. That would be, I guess, ideal for me because batch 2 and batch 3 are like half bottles at this point. So, oh man. Glass B, the finish just goes forever. Okay, let's go glass C. Let me see if the nose is any different because it was not very good. It's not terrible. I'm not getting like the pencil eraser or the permanent marker. It's kind of just oak and dark cherry. I'm starting to get that permanent marker again. All right, let's try it. So that was actually a pretty good, way better than nose, which I was really hoping for. So I got a lot of red Jolly Rancher sweetness, a lot less oak. And these are all age-stated 12 years, but these 2 are much oakier than this one. And actually, when I was looking at them, it's hard to see on camera, but it actually looked a little bit lighter. Even like right now, like looking at glass C and glass A looks a little bit darker than glass C. I don't know. So it is brighter on the palate, but it also has the shortest finish. So let's give it a second sip and find out. But okay, the second sip, the finish was much longer. On the palate, I got a little bit of banana. On the finish, I got strawberry, oak, and cherry. But it's not as intense as B, but it is good. All three of these were good. But obviously well, I got one more sip. So let's try to see. The finish is actually kind of still there. And it's kind of good. It's bordering that line of between like that wet oak and sweet oak. Yeah, that last sip wasn't the best. So a lot of the same notes. It's still good, but I did get a little bit of that permanent marker note, which not a good note. But I changed the finish from short finish to long finish. The finish is still there. It's solid, but it's definitely the weakest one out of the three. So I'm curious what these are. But what I'm gonna do is pause it here, go back and forth, and come back with some scores. A couple things. I went through back and forth. Basically, you guys already know how this is gonna turn out. I think I had a little bit left in each one, so they're all in here. So I made a batch 1, 2, 3 blend. So while I talk, I'll let that meld together. I'll do the giveaway now. So to enter, to get 2-ounce samples of all three of these, batch 2. Yep, that's fine. I was just hoping that this wasn't the new batch because I'm sure I'll do more content with it, and that's pretty low. So 2-ounce samples of all three of these. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with the hashtag JD12, JD12. Okay, so I went back and forth, drank some water, waited a little bit of time, and my least favorite, which should not be a shocker, is C, which of course is the one I have a full bottle of. Now, fresh crack, hopefully it opens up and it tastes better, so we'll see, you know. But this is batch 1. This is the one from 2023. Did I get any new notes? I did not. So then it came down to the 2 newest batches, and I scored C at 3.5. It is good. It's just not on the same level as these two. So in first place is B, which is this year's batch, batch 3. And I actually got more notes on that. On the nose, I got, because I went to that one first, a lot of molasses, brown sugar sweetness on the nose, and I got a little bit more peanut on the palate. That's just the most complex pour, and it's delicious. So good. If you haven't tried this year's Jack Daniel's 12, get yourself a pour. Or win this giveaway. Who knows? So I scored that a 4.5. Last year's batch 2, I scored a 4.25, and no new notes. Basically, I got the new notes on this year's batch, but this one's so good, so good. So something I want to do, because I have reviewed both of these on the channel. So if you didn't know, in the description of all my videos, I post like a Google Docs Excel thing where I list every single bottle of whiskey anyways. I'm not going to put the tequilas up there because I'm not writing any of that stuff down. But all the whiskeys, anything I write down the notes for anyways, are on this Google Doc, and it's all there. You guys can see it. So I want to compare my notes that I wrote from these last time to this time to kind of see if they're similar or way off, because our palates change day to day from what we're eating, how we're feeling that day, but also the more air. So I'm kind of curious on what it is. So I do have it up. So the Jack Daniel's 12 batch 2, which I reviewed a few months ago, part of my top 25 of 24. On the nose, I said red Twizzlers, waxy cherry, banana runts candy, oak nutty. So today I said bright cherry, oak, sweetness, nutty. Oak and nutty were the only two that were the same. Cherry, but I said waxy cherry. This time I said bright cherry, so not the same. Okay, now on the palate, I said banana, peanut butter, oak, cherry, peanut butter, and banana sandwich. And so that's a lot of banana and peanut butter, which I remember. So bright cherry, darker, funky. No, I'm reading the wrong one. Oak, chocolate sweetness, dark cherry, slight banana, peanut butter, and red Jolly Rancher. So I did get some of that peanut butter and banana, but obviously I got way more of that the last time I reviewed it. It was definitely not as intense of a note of those notes anyways. And on the finish, cherry and banana. And today I got bright cherry oak vanilla ice cream, or vanilla ice cream sandwich. And that one time I got the wet peanut shells. So those notes, and I scored a 4.25, which I scored a 4.25 today too. So that's the one thing that was the same. So very different. Last time was way more banana forward, and this one has the most air in it. So again, palate changes day to day. I've been drinking a lot of tequila lately. Maybe that impacts it. I don't know. Either way, I still got to the same result. I still really liked it. So I don't know. So let's see what I had for the Jack Daniel's 12 Batch 3. So dark on the nose, dark and bright cherry, peanut butter, oak, molasses, red fruit, banana, dark, rich sweetness. And today, bright cherry, nailed it. Darker, funky, no. Banana, yes. Oak, yes. Molasses, yes. Dark, the brown sugar didn't, but close. The nose is somewhat close. I'll take it. I'll take it as a close enough. Man, I put a lot of notes for the palate on this one. Dark and bright cherry, peanut butter, oak, molasses, red fruit, banana, dark rich sweetness, red Jolly Rancher, strawberry. And today I got oak, more intense. I was comparing it to the 12, where this one I was comparing it to the Jack Daniel's 14 of this year. Bright cherry. So bright cherry, yeah. And oak. Strawberry, yeah. Peanuts. Peanut butter. Close enough? Close enough. And I'll finish, I wrote vanilla, marshmallow, almond, banana. Vanilla fudge, sweet, funky, oak, more vanilla, cherry, almonds, banana, and something I wrote, oh, slight banana. I wrote slight banana. So vanilla, marshmallow, almond, banana. So I didn't get the marshmallow, but close. Now, this one I had a much different experience than when I reviewed it at least last time. And again, a lot more ear. So is that impacting? It's also been a longer time of my life. It's been 3-ish months, as opposed to, I probably reviewed this a few weeks ago to a month ago. Less air. That was probably a fresh crack too when I reviewed it. So, you know, just things to think about when you're trying different things. And this is why I like to review a lot of stuff multiple times throughout the year to kind of get an average of scores. But this Jack Daniel's 12 from this year, and hold on. I didn't see the score. I think I scored a 4.5. 4.5. So I scored a 4.5 last time. Again today, a 4.5. So it's consistently doing good. I would have to check to see how it did in my Whiskey Cigar Club. I remember, wait, this was in my top 10? My top 4 video? So this was not in my top 4 video because the Jack Daniel's 14 was in it. I would have to look at to see how I scored this in my Whiskey Cigar Club because I believe it was in it. I'm not 100% sure, so I'd have to check. But anyways. Let me know if you guys had these. If you have had all 3, what your results were. If you had any of these, let me know what you think about it. Don't do nothing stupid. And if you do, don't get caught. Bye. Oh, hold on. Shit. Hold on. I don't know how I'm going to end this back in there, but I was about to clean up. I got the blend still to do. I looked down, I'm like, wait a second, why do I still have whiskey here? Let's see what the little bonus content for people that stayed, I guess. So that's delicious. However, it's not as complex. So it's a lot of red apple, which None of these had red apple, at least I wasn't getting it before. Definitely some peanut butter. Oak, vanilla on the finish. It is very good. I don't know why you would mix these three. I literally had such a little bit of each one. I was like, let me just throw them all together and see what happens. But it is good. I don't think it's better than these two by themselves. It might be better than the first batch. That is very good. Vanilla, peanut butter, cherry. There's that spice. Man, Jack Daniel's just killing it. Ooh, a little cinnamon on the finish. The heck is going on with this blend? Anyways. Again, don't do nothing stupid. And if you do, don't get caught. Bye.